It's the Players Lounge. It's the Players Lounge. It's the Players Lounge. It's the Players Lounge with host Shaune Holiday.
Blessed day. Welcome back to the Players Lounge. But first off, we want to start by thanking God, man, blessing us to make it through this ice storm. We hope everybody came through it okay. Man, we want to thank all the electricians, all the linemen, all the people that's been feeding people. Thank you for taking care of our community, man. Without you, we wouldn't be back where we are today. So we just want to say thank you to all those people in the community that have helped us get back going. The Players Lounge is brought to you today by Legends Luxury Rides. I'm sitting here today, man. It's an honor because I've known this young man, I can say this, longer than anybody at the University of Mississippi. I've known him basically his whole life. Arvesta Troupe. Not only have I known him, but I've seen him play football, basketball, and the biggest part of that is I've seen this young man become the #1 high jumper in the country. Arvesta won the NCAA National Championship last year for the University of Mississippi for the first time in Ole Miss history. Arvesta, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. It is such an honor to be sitting here talking to you about winning the national championship. First off, let's let people know you, get to know you a little bit. Where you from?
I'm from Fulton, Mississippi. A small town, right along Tupelo, close to Tupelo. You gotta really say Tupelo. Not a lot of people know where Fulton is, but yeah, that's where I grew up. I went to school all 12 years there.
All right. Now, when you were growing up, what was your favorite sport?
My favorite sport was basketball growing up. Basketball and football, they interchanged a little bit, but eventually it was basketball as I got older.
Okay, now I watched some of your basketball highlights today.
Yeah.
And, back when I was growing up, the Houston Cougars, it was fly, slammer, jammer.
Yeah.
And every highlight I saw, you were either dunking or shooting a three on somebody.
Yeah.
Did you have basketball offers coming out of high school?
I did. I had a few offers, a lot of the JUCOs. I had a lot of interest from some D1s, mainly the ones in Mississippi, talks of Southern Miss, It was just hard, especially my year coming off COVID. A lot of basketball rosters were full, so it was really hard for, really just get pick up offers like that. Because coaches was already sticking with what they already had.
All right. So, what made you pick Ole Miss? When did you, and I know Fulton because I've been there, lived there myself. We don't really have a track field in Fulton.
No, we don't.
What made you decide to go and come to the University of Mississippi to do track?
Track was so new to me, and I feel like if I'm doing something new, I really want to be close to home, just to have that comfort feeling. Because, like I said, doing track, I had to learn a lot. And coming here, I feel like I had the best opportunity, not only for sports, but just education-wise. This what really stuck with me just to come here.
Okay, so not only was it the sports, but the education aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of education, you're a senior this year.
Mm-hmm.
You'll graduate in May. What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in multidisciplinary studies. It's where you choose 3 minors, and my minors are public health, SRA, which is sports, recreation, administration, and nutrition.
Okay.
So studying those 3, very complex field. That way I can decide what I want to do with
You
that.
can kind of pick and choose what you want to. Kind of like picking that scholarship.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pick and choose where you want to go.
Picking.
Okay. Now, take me to the national championship. Well, before we go there, take me to the SEC championships. And when did you know that, man, I've got a shot?
Yeah.
I've got a shot to be that dude. You're that dude now, Arvesta. I know you're a very humble young man.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always appreciated that about you, but I'm going to brag on you. You're that guy. When did you realize you can be that guy?
Really, it's coming off an indoor. I had got 3rd at nationals indoor. So leaning into outdoor, it's like, okay, I can do something here. First outdoor meet, I got 2nd. And the meet after that, I got 2nd again. And then came SECs. SECs, I was feeling good. I had a lot of confidence in me. And I jumped 7.5 lead. Me, and the first place winner were going back and forth. So I placed second again. So I got a lot to thinking. After that, I'm like, I'm gonna play second this whole season. There's nothing left but to place first.
Yeah.
And that's my mindset I had going into nationals.
So you didn't just win an event; you won the biggest event in the country.
Yeah.
And now, where was that event hosted at?
Hosted in Eugene, Oregon, Hayward Field. You know, it's the track town of track and field. That's where a lot of the big meets are held, and a lot of history go down there.
Yeah. So I watched some things on you. We're watching it right here today. The season on you.
Yeah.
You basically won it on what was your next to last jump.
Mm-hmm.
How, did you feel any anxiety, any pressure, or you thinking, "Oh, I got this"?
There was a little pressure, but at first, really in my mind, it was like, I got this. Because, you know, with high jump, not many people know, like, the truth, like, how the sport works. But you really want to be the first one over the bar. Because you first one over the bar, it puts you ahead of the competition automatically. So I had one miss, and I seen everybody else miss, and it was my turn again. And I knew I had to be the first one over the bar, and that's really what just allowed me to be confident right then in that moment, and just go and jump and clear the bar.
Now, watching that, I saw that you cleared, I think it was 7.3 3/4, right? But you didn't stop there.
No.
You didn't stop there. You just kind of wanted to let everybody know, this is mine.
Yeah.
So you jumped again, and you were the only one that got to jump.
Yeah, so I was the only one left. I had won the competition with 7.3 1/4. You know, when you're the only one left in the competition, you can raise the bar wherever you want, but it has to be at least 2 centimeters. So I wanted to raise it at least 1 centimeter above my personal best, which I had jumped at SEC's the previous meet. So I wanted to go a little bit higher than that, and
Wow.
God, I was able to just blessed to be able to clear that with my first opportunity, and I wasn't able to go any much higher after that.
So
but it was still a good day.
So you kind of let everybody know, I am the dude.
Yeah.
I am the guy. So going into this year, I think you've already won a competition, haven't you?
Yeah, I won my opening meet
You won your opening meet. Where was that held at?
in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, now tell us about the season going forward. What do we have to look for going forward with not just only you, but the rest of the track team? Who should we be looking for? Who's going to be that person that stands out? Are we going to win the national championship as a team?
I feel like we have a very good chance of doing it on the men's side. You know, we have a bunch of heavy hitters. You know, my teammate Tarek Robinson, he does shot put and weight throw. He's that dude in that event. He really wins almost everything
Wow.
he's able to, and he's going to come out and compete, as well as the other as well as the other weight thrower guys. You know, and we have a lot of skill in the sprints and other jumps. You know, my teammates. I feel like we're able to do a lot. We may not be on everybody's radar, but you know, if everybody can remain healthy, stay consistent, we have a good chance of doing something big.
So I'm going to ask you this question. What's your vertical?
I actually haven't tested my vertical before. If I can guess, I would roughly say somewhere in the maybe 38 plus, maybe 40.
You're almost jumping as tall as I am.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. We're getting to know Arvesta Troupe here, the NCAA national champion. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food, I gotta say, really just hibachi. You know, hibachi chicken. Any hibachi restaurant, it's a good dining experience. Just to get, you know, food cooked. Just
Okay.
so simple.
Your hometown's Fulton, Mississippi. Where you go to church at?
I grew up going to church my whole life at New Chapel.
At New Chapel, baby.
Yeah, it's like, I be telling people, it's a lot of special things that went down at that church. You know, I remember this almost every other week. You know, as a kid, you know, we all took that for granted. You know, I always gotta go to practice, blah blah blah. But as you get older, it's like that was a really good, you know, really a nice thing to have.
And I listened to you in one of your other interviews on the season, and you talked about your relationship with God, how before you jump, you always talk to God a little bit. And tell me, how has God helped you get through some of this? Because I didn't know this. You were a walk-on.
Okay, yeah.
You went from a walk-on to the national champion. Right, that don't happen. That don't happen, but you did it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, give me a little bit of insight into that, man.
So with track, you know, there's not like football or basketball. You just have scholarships automatically. Track, you want like percentage. So you might have somebody that's on 20% scholarship, 60, 70, 80. And I believe I was somewhere above like the 50 range. So it wasn't, you can't really say it was truly a walk-on.
Okay.
But it wasn't the full at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but not a lot of people knew that. I know they labeled it as a walk-on. I mean, you can really consider it a walk-on. But going that, I just knew I would just had to stay hungry, you know, couldn't settle, just want more.
But to me, that's part of God writing your story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's part of your story that young people can see all over the country now. That yes, I started as a walk-on, but now I'm a national champion.
Yes.
And for that, you are to be commended. I'm gonna ask you some personal questions now. Again, what's your favorite? I asked you what's your favorite food.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you that one already.
Yeah, you have.
All right. What kind of car you drive?
I just drive a Dodge Ram truck right now.
Okay, your boy got him a Dodge Ram. Ain't nothing wrong with a Dodge.
Not nothing too crazy.
Who gonna win the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I feel like they're gonna get revenge, you know, from the interception on the 1 yard line a few years back.
You went way back then. I can't even believe you remember that.
I do. I was a Seahawks fan.
Now, your family is a very athletic family, and you have another cousin.
I do.
That goes to another school. That we won't say the name of the school. No, I'm just kidding. Isaac Smith is your first cousin.
He is.
And you and him have a great relationship. How is that? You being at Ole Miss, him being at State, and I bet you Thanksgiving it gets a little interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It gets funny. It's funny because, you know, a lot of people may not know, but Isaac was a big Ole Miss fan growing up. You know, his parents went there and he was Ole Miss all the way. So it was kind of funny to see him eventually just turn out going to Mississippi State. But we talk about it all the time. Just talk about him, how he could be here. He always tell me he would get in trouble if he was here at Ole Miss. And
Isaac is a great kid, just like you, though, man. And seeing, you know, you were talking about when you were growing up, that group of kids that you grew up with, there's a lot of athletes in that group of kids coming from that little small community. We've got baseball players, football players, basketball players, track. Everything came out of that community, and I think all you guys kind of pushed each other. You know what I'm saying? I think nobody wanted to be outdone by the other one, and that kind of helped push you guys. But I also see the relationship that you guys still have, and I think being a college athlete, it's good to still have that connection to home.
it is.
Because a lot of times, people that come from California or other places, they don't get to have that connection. But you still get to see your family, your friends, and everything like that. So I think that's very important. So do we have any track meets here at Ole Miss?
We do. We have 2 homies every year during the outdoor season. I believe one's be at the middle of March, and the other one would be the beginning of April. So we have 2 home meets.
Well, I plan on being. I've never been to a college track meet.
Yeah,
Never been to a college track meet. I plan on coming this year. I want to see what it's like. Actually, I grew up in Iuka, small town. We didn't have track. I've never even experienced a college track meet till I went to watch my kids play. Now that you're here at Ole Miss and getting to know other kids in the program, I look forward to coming out this year and watching you guys participate in that track meet. Now, as we get ready to go with the season, what is the biggest meet of the year?
The biggest meet is always nationals, because that's basically the big dance NCAA championships, the meet right after conference. For indoor, you have to be top 16 in the country in your event to be able to qualify for that meet.
Okay, so not everybody gets to go to indoor.
Not everybody gets to go to indoor. You have to be like top 16, like I said. But
Okay.
outdoor is you have to go to regionals and you have to place top 12 to be able to qualify for outdoor nationals.
Yeah.
And to make regionals, you have to be top 48 in the country. So it's a bigger opportunity outdoor, but indoors you definitely have to be the top of the top to be able to make indoor nationals.
Okay. Do y'all have any meets coming up soon?
We have a meet this weekend. We travel to Albuquerque, New Mexico this week and competing out there.
Okay. So, Rebel Nation, if you didn't know, now you know. Arvesta Troupe, NCAA high jump champion. Let's go out and let's support the Ole Miss track team whenever we can. Let's show up with our powder blue on, with our red on, our blue, whatever color blue you want to go, and let's yell hotty toddy and let's support the track team. Arvesta, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for
Have
having
a
me.
blessed day.
You as
Look
well.
forward to seeing you jump.